Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Land Yet podcast. It's your man, Big Pop, and we still streaking. We still winning. Let's talk about it.
I'm in the NOLA, show me the party. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, show me the good food. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, show me the ladies. Let me hear the people say, hey. I'm in the NOLA, where all my people. Let me hear y'all say, hey.
So it's been a long season, but I'm kind of sorry to see it end coming up next week. Um, it's been a struggle, but like I preached in the earlier episodes, man, it's always been about growth. It's always been about progress, getting better, getting ready for next season. And honestly, man, I hate to see this season end because nobody wants to play us right now. Um, the way this thing has come together, uh, you know, young quarterback, young head coach, um, spare parts, used parts, gum, shoestring, and it's been tied together into something that's productive and that's just plain out fun to watch. I mean, you can't beat that. That's what you hope for, whether you have a winning season or a losing season. So, man, I'm just so excited. I'm just so happy that you know we found two of the biggest pieces in our quarterback and our left tackle. Um, and then we have the edge rusher. Um, you know, we need to upgrade pieces here and there, but we have all off season to talk about what areas, um, what players, what positions, need to be upgraded. But right now, I think we just need to celebrate these guys. Um, Tyler Shough, you know, uh, really should have been the starter from day one. And I'm not saying that because he's on like a 4 game winning streak right now, um, but because I thought that he was the better quarterback. And Spencer Rattler wasn't bad, but um, I just thought that um, Shuck had more of the tools of what you needed. Um, the coaching, I thought Kellen Moore was the right pick over, every other guy that was out there. Um, somebody that was right for the position, somebody who needed to prove themselves, um, you know, and prove that they could put a staff together and do it on the highest level, right? Um, Brandon Staley, uh, a retread coach who was a defensive mastermind, but you know, faces challenges as a head coach, and you know, um, needed to rebound from that. So, like I said, growth and progression. That's what this whole entire season was about. Forget the record. Forget making the playoffs. That wasn't in question. Um, but you know, now that we are at this point, I mean, just a few weeks ago, we only had one win. We only had one win. Now we're 6-10. If we win next week, we will finish second in the division. Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's a testament to the hard work that these guys put in. Um, you know, dedication and the dedication of us fans for sticking behind them. Showing up to the game, uh, watching wherever you can. You know, uh, content creators that's hosting podcasts and making content in support of them. So and you all who listen, and thank you all for listening. To the Land Yet podcast. You could choose to be anywhere, but for those of you that are here, you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So, um, what we're gonna do now is, as usual, we're gonna get into some stats. So the Saints won this game 34-26 against the Tennessee Titans. Uh, First downs, Saints had 16, Titans had 18. Third down efficiency, Saints were 5 of 11, Tennessee was 5 of 15. Fourth down efficiency, the Saints were 0 for 0, while the Titans were 2 of 3. Rushing yards, Saints had 103 to the Titans 108. Passing yards, Saints 320, Titans 228. Total yards 423 to 336. Um, Saints had 4 sacks, Titans had 2. Neither team threw interception. Um, Saints had 3 punts, and Titans had 3 punts. Penalties, Saints had 6 for 84, Titans had 4 for 35. Um, Saints had 2 fumbles, lost one. Um, and same thing with the Titans. Time of possession, 28-19 for the Saints, 31-41 for the Titans. So a lot of stuff favor the Titans in this box score, but the passing yards stand out, of course, and the rushing yards. 103 rushing yards for the Saints. That's not something that they normally achieve. But that was a standout part. Um, and just the ability to protect the ball. Um, there's not too many uh, turnover-worthy passes that Shough has thrown. He has to get a better grasp on the ball. When he's taking sacks and things like that. But um, other than that, it was a pretty even game, very even game. So now on to the individual stats. Uh, for the Saints, Tyler Shough, 22 of 37, 333 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So back-to-back 300-yard games for Shough. Um, Surgical performance. Um, Titans, I don't care. I don't care who it was. You play who the schedule puts in front of you. So, and they're all NFL teams, NFL players. So we did what we had to do. Um, Outstanding performance. Um, this guy is poised. Um, he has total control of the offense. Um, and you love to see it, man. And he's doing it with spare parts, paper clips holding things together. The offensive line is in shambles. The receivers are next to none. The running game, oh my goodness, the running backs, man. But he's elevating each individual, and that's the makings of a franchise quarterback. When you can elevate the people around you without high draft stock, you know, whether it be undrafted, mid round, late round picks, you know, um, free agents, people who've been sitting on the couch working at McDonald's, you know, just that's the that's the pinnacle of a quarterback to elevate his teammates. So, we haven't seen that in a long time. since number 9 retired. But you know what they say, uh, 6 is 9 upside down. So um, in the rushing game, estimate 14 for 94 and a touchdown. And even before the long touchdown, man, he had some fire runs. Um, he shows a little bit of burst, a little bit of strength, a little bit of vision, so a little bit of everything. Um, and you like to see that, you know. Somebody who can play on this team in the future. Not as your running back 1 or 2, but somebody come in for spot duty. So I like what I see there. Shough had 4 rushes for 6 yards. Hull before he got injured, 2 for 3, and then Taysom Hill 3 for 0. Um, and I didn't make any content for the last game, but shout out to Taysom Hill, man. Um, what a game he had, and if that was his last game in the dome, you know, he went out with a bang, and you know, I salute you, Taysom. You know, thank you for everything that you put on the line for us. Um, and job well done, man. Job well done. Um, Receiving, Chris Olave continues to play like a receiver one. And, he may have his missteps here and there, maybe run an off route or, uh, can't put his hands on one ball or something like that. Pause. But he continues to show up. Um, this game, 8 catches, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Um, man, but you got to go to the house on that 60-yard pass, bro. You got to go to the house. But, you know, we forgive you for that. Um, but I can't wait till next year, man, to see what, he has with Vele and, you know, another receiver added um, from the draft or from free agency. Um, and to see what we can make to just to give the quarterback some an endless stream of weapons, So Juwan Johnson, 4 catches, 95 yards. Another guy that has been elevated by Tyler Shough. Um, it just seems like, man, a flip switch when um, when Shough came into the game, or started playing, I should say, inserted into the lineup, and um, no more fumbles. I don't think he's had a drop since. Um, and man, I mean, he's looked like a tight end one. He really has. He looks like somebody who actually earned that 30 million contract. But yeah, you're happy to see it for Juwan. He's put in the time, you know, and it's starting to pay off for him. So you hate to keep saying next year, but man, it's gonna be sweet to watch these guys next year. Dante Pettis had 3 for 3. He was right there, dude, right there in that fumble. But you got to have better ball security. But I can't fault the effort on that one. Great effort. You just have to be more aware. You just have to be more aware. But great effort. Um, Kevin Austin. I'm after all this time, I'm glad to see him making progress. He's been with us a couple of years now, practice squad, and now you know. But another guy that Shough has elevated because last year, Kevin Austin was there and he might have had a few grabs, but he didn't look like this. He didn't look like this. You know, he looks like somebody that could actually contribute next year. So, I'm glad to see it. Um, but he had 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Maliki Mataval, 2 catches, 10 yards. Um, and then Estime had 1 catch for 4 yards. Um, Charlie Smythe. Charlie Smith, I should say. Uh, two field goals made, um, and he missed one. He missed one from 47, I think it was. But kid has a leg, man. Just needs to be more consistent. Um, you know, that one field goal that he missed may cost us a game. So, you have to be more consistent. But, again, another guy that you should look forward to for the future. Good things are ahead for him. So, we're gonna move on to the defense. Um, Alontae Taylor, big game by Alontae Taylor. He should have had a couple of picks, but they count as pass breakups, so that's pretty good. He had 7 tackles to go along with 2 assists. Uh, Kool-Aid had a couple of breakups. 7 tackles. I mean 4 tackles, 2 assists. Stutzman, 3 tackles, 3 assists. Pete Werner, 3 tackles, 2 assists. Chase Young, 3 tackles, 1 assist, 1.5 sack, 1 fumble recovery, a forced fumble, 1 touchdown. Big, big time play, big time. I can't tell you how big that play was. It shifted momentum. Um, showed that the defense came to play. The defense had swagger, and you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Quincy Riley, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Jonas Sanker, 3 tackles. Cam Jordan, 2 tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack. The ageless wonder man made another pile of cash for that sack. So glad to see it. Um, Jonathan Bullard, 2 tackles, um, 1 assist, made a flash play. Uh, um, Nathan Shepard, 2 tackles, 1 assist. John Ridgeway, 2 tackles, 1 assist, and then Justin Reed, 1 tackle, 1 assist. So yeah, good game all around by the boys. Um, you know, you see growth on both sides of the ball, players, coaches, um, and this is where we need to be in order for us to have something to look forward to, not only the rest of this year, but next year. This is where we need it to be. And, I'm here for it. Shout out to Shough, Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's his award. There's no way. What a duel it was between him and Cam Ward. I'm just sad that it has to be over, man. I'm really enjoying it. Despite the record, man, I was really enjoying watching the team. Really enjoying seeing the progression. Not just game by game, but play by play. Um, it was really fun. Um, but we have one more mission this year, and that's to beat the crap out of Atlanta. We owe them. You know, I think that was probably our ugliest loss of the year. So we owe them, and we owe them at their house. So we don't know if the game is going to be on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I don't think they've announced it. It's a flex game. Um, but I'm ready, man. Um, wow, season is over already. I can't believe it. But I don't know. I guess time flies when you're having fun, and you know, since what week 8, we really been having fun. You know, um, and not to say we didn't have fun with Spencer, but man, everything changed when they put Shough in there. You know, we can go into next year with our franchise quarterback, with our 2 tackles, um, you know, with wide receiver one, tight end one. The only thing we need now is maybe a wide receiver two or three. Depending on where you put Vele, he could be wide receiver one. He could be wide receiver two. We definitely need another group of tight ends. Um, you know, to go along with Jawan Johnson. Um, we definitely need guards. I think that's the biggest priority of this offseason is to go out, sign a guard, draft a guard, sign two guards, however you want to do it. But we have to address the guard position, the interior offensive line. Defense, I think we're you know another edge rusher, um, a stout run stopper, um, and another cornerback away from being an elite defense. And we have Vernon Broughton coming back, so I don't know if he's elite, but you know that's like a bonus draft pick coming in because he only played what 1 or 2 games this year, so it's like a bonus draft pick coming back. So we shall see. So far I think we have 7 picks going into this off season. Um, I don't really see them acquiring more unless they ship out some of the veterans. But now with um, the way they're trending, I don't think they will. I think you'll see Cam come back on a 1 year. I think Demario will come back on a 1 year, and I think AK will take a pay cut to come back. You know, um, that's really just the land of the law of the land, however the saying goes. But um, we'll see, we'll see. Um, but it should be a fun off season, and we're gonna cover all of it right here on the Lanyard podcast. Your boy Big Power gonna hold you down. That's my favorite time of year, the off season anyway. We might do some franchise Madden streaming or something like that. See what we can do. But um, yeah. Anyway, you know, this has been your man Big Pop. Um, again, Lanyard Podcast on all social medias and on YouTube. Like, comment, follow, share. Do all of that. Again, I thank you all for being a part um, of the Lanyard Podcast, spending your time with me. And happy holidays to you all. And I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.